my sun, my daylight. Adifir developed a liking for Nico from day one. He wanted to talk to her but lacked courage. By Arun Kant. August 20, 2021. Mixed emotions ran through Adifir as he set foot in Tokyo, Japan. He was far away from home. Although Adifir was very excited to join the head office of the IT firm he worked for, he was nervous about adapting to a new country, food, people, language, and society. A few months had passed since Adifir started working there. But even by then, he had managed to learn only a few words in Japanese, the importance of which he only realized after meeting his new colleague Nico, who had joined the company a few weeks after his arrival. Adifir developed a liking for her from day one. He wanted to talk to her but lacked courage. And on days when courage wasn't an issue, the language barrier certainly was. Nico hailed from a small village but harbored big dreams that brought her to Tokyo. She didn't speak English. If she did, she would have loved to talk to that foreigner who always smiles at her but never says anything. She didn't know that his name was Adifir, let alone how he felt. But every morning, whenever he smiled, she smiled back. One evening while taking a walk in the office garden during a break, Adifir saw Nico sitting on a park bench. Despite his initial hesitation, he walked up to her and sat next to her. He pulled out his phone and typed, "Hi, I am Adifir" on Google Translate. And then he bowed. At first, she looked at him with puzzled eyes. But after hearing the translation, she smiled, said her name, and bowed back. What followed was a long overdue conversation encompassing a wide range of topics such as work, their likes and dislikes, favorite food, movies, among others. Thanks to technology, two people who didn't understand each other's language had found a way to connect. And connect they did. Their occasional chit-chats soon turned into dinner dates and sightseeing excursions. And just like that, a year already passed. By now, he had fallen in love with the culture, food, and people, especially Nico. His Japanese had improved as well. Things happened so quickly that Adifir didn't even realize that it was time for him to head back home after the duration of his project came to an end. As Adifir headed to the airport, Nico came to bid him goodbye, not knowing when they will meet again. It was 4 a.m. She didn't utter a word, but stared blankly at Adifir with a somber look in her eyes. Seeing Nico in that state, Adifir asked her if she knew the meaning of her name. She nodded and said daylight in Japanese. Then he asked if she knew the meaning of Adifir. She didn't. Some things are inseparable, Nico. Don't worry, we will meet again, Adifir said in Japanese. He hugged her and waved her goodbye as he entered the airport. Nico took a cab back home. Her heart echoed with the memories of Adifir. While she was lost in her thoughts, she suddenly remembered what he had asked her. The meaning of his name, she wondered. She quickly Googled Adifir, and a broad smile returned to her face. The sun, she whispered. She looked out her window and saw the sun rising above the clouds, illuminating the sky with its radiant light, which signaled the dawn of a new day. At that moment, Nico understood what Adifir meant by inseparable.